Hello everyone. Today we'll be talking about integer operations, addition and subtraction. Now, you might be feeling a little confused about this topic, but hopefully this video helps to clear up your understanding. So before we start, we're going to have a few useful properties. Adding a positive equals addition, adding a negative equals subtraction, subtracting a negative equals addition, and subtracting a positive equals subtraction. So before we go in further and do some problems, I want to say that when we have numbers, like for example 10 or 7, it's implied that these numbers are positive. So we don't write positive 10, but it still means that 10 is equal to positive 10. We don't write 7 like positive 7, like this, but it's still equal to 7. And 7 is equal to positive 7, 10 is equal to positive 10, etc. One more thing is that when we're adding, we're going to the right on the number line. And when we're subtracting, we're going to the left. So now let's do some practice problems. 3 plus positive 1 is equal to 3 plus 1, because we're taking these two signs and combining it to get the plus. So plus plus, and then we take it into 1 plus, so one addition sign. If we have 3 plus negative 1, we have a plus and a minus, so it's going to turn into a minus. 3 minus 1. If we have 3 minus negative 1, the two minuses are going to turn into a plus. And if we have 3 minus positive 1, the minus and the plus are going to turn into a minus. So 3 minus 1. So now that we have these, let's use the number line to find the sums and the differences of these expressions. So we're going to start at 3 for the first problem because that's our first integer. And now when we're adding, we're going to the right. So the next number is going to tell me how many units to the right I want to go. So I'm at 3, the plus tells me I need to go to the right, and the 1 tells me I need to go 1 unit to the right. So I start at 3 and I go 1, so 3 plus 1 is equal to 4. Now, similarly, I'm going to start at the 3 for our second problem. The subtraction is telling me to go left. So I'm going to go left on the number line for 1 unit. So that means 3 minus 1 is equal to 2. Now the rest of these problems are the same as our first two. So they'll have the same, they'll yield the same answers. And now I'd like you to, I'm going to put some practice problems up, and I'd like you guys to go ahead and try them using the number line and using these methods. Okay. So our first problem is going to be 5 plus negative 2. That's going to be our first problem. Our second problem is going to be 14 minus negative 26. Our third problem is going to be 7 plus positive 6. And our last problem is going to be 8 minus positive 2. So, now that we have these, I encourage you to pause the video and work through them, and then you can unpause and I'll go through the solutions. Okay, so 5 plus negative 2. The plus and the minus form a minus. So 5 plus negative 2 is just going to be 5 minus 2, and that's going to give us 3. The two minuses are going to form a plus, so we have 14 plus 26, that's going to give us 40. The two pluses are going to give us a plus, that's going to be 7 plus 6, which is equal to 13. And the minus and the plus are going to give us a minus. So 8 minus 2 is equal to 6. So these are the answers. And now I'd like to show you on a calculator what happens if you do enter a positive sign in front of a number. So for example, if we have 7 plus positive 2, let's do, 1 second, okay, 7 plus positive 2. So what happens in this situation when we click enter is it gives us an error, because when we enter the positive sign in front of the number, that's not how we write it normally. So it doesn't really read that, which is why when we have situations like adding a positive or subtracting a positive, we really don't need this. So automatically you're just going to get 7 plus 6 and 8 minus 2 in those kind of situations. So thank you for watching this video. I hope it helped deepen and strengthen your understanding. And see you next time. Bye.